China is the number one long-term existential threat to the United States. And the thing that makes it complicated is, unlike the Soviet Union in the last century, we're dependent on China for our modern way of life. And I think that is actually something that, that's something that we got to actually wean ourselves off of. That's the Declaration of Independence that Thomas Jefferson would have signed if he were alive today. And I think that is the Declaration of Independence that I intend to sign as our next president. It will involve some short-term sacrifices, but actually not as much as you might think, because the CCP is in a weaker position than most Americans appreciate. And I think this is our moment to finally declare independence from really what our chief military enemy is. And, I think we can defeat China economically, pull the rug out from under them economically, then we can avoid ever having to defeat them militarily. And that'd be my goal.
We've got bigger problems with China than just TikTok, although that's a good place to start. And certainly a lot of other things that we could go into. I know we're almost short on time. Vivek Ramaswamy here on the Scott Sage Show. Vivek2024.com is his website. Running for president, running for the GOP nomination for president. You're still in Ohio. You probably, I'm sure, saw the story from Wadsworth over the weekend, Wadsworth, Ohio. And with your book, with Woke Inc., with Nation of Victims, huge protest over the weekend in Wadsworth between Nazis and supporters of the drag queen story hour. How wise is it for Republicans to use culture war, culture clash issues like that as wedge issues in political campaigns?
Well, I don't think the people should use culture wars just to inflame audiences, but I think the reality is there is a cultural struggle in the United States today, and I think it's worth acknowledging that for what it is. This is it's a culture that has, really, I think, divided us on the basis of race and gender and sexual orientation. And, I don't think that it's about making it about the broader point of one side stoking the concerns of another. I think it's a question of what's going on. Like, what the heck is actually going on in America? And I think we're in the middle of that national identity crisis that I told you about. We're still figuring out who we really are, but I'm optimistic about it.